Hallo, willkommen zur Exzellenzsprachschule. Ich bin Sunil Virani und euer Deutschunterrichter. Hello, welcome to Excellent German Language Institute. I am Sunil Virani and your German tutor. In this video, we are going to talk about how a person should start learning a new language. In this video, we are also going to talk about grammar terminology. This grammar terminology can also be used for other language learnings. But before I start with this lecture, let me introduce myself and our team of our Excellent Language Institute. I am Sunil Virani. I have completed C1 German language level at Technical University Clausthal. I have also completed DSH examination at TU Freiburg in Germany. I have completed IT Security German Taught Master Program at TU Darmstadt, which is one of top 9 technical universities in Germany. At Excellent Language Institute, we have a team of German tutors. Our other tutors are Mr. Nikunj Virani and Mr. Nikhil Suhagia, who have been teaching German language since almost 5 years. Before we start with this lecture, let me also inform you about our German language offer. As you can see here, our highest scores in A1 is 98 points, in A2 is 90 points and in B1 is 342 points. Right now, you are seeing our top 15 German A1 results. These are our top 15 A2 results. And these are our top 15 B1 results. If you can break our highest score after joining our institute, we will provide you coaching for next German language level for free. Now let's start with this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to start learning a new language, German language. The most important question that we are going to discuss in this lecture is how we should start learning a new language. Okay, so first of all, what should we learn? Okay, see, in different languages there are going to be different alphabets. Okay, and for different alphabets there are going to be different pronunciation. For example, in European languages, alphabets in English language, French language, German language and Spanish language, alphabets are identical, but the pronunciation of all of these languages is different. Okay, so first of all, we should learn alphabets, and at the time we learn alphabet, we should take care about two things: identity of the alphabet and pronunciation of the alphabet. For example, if someone will ask me, what is your name? Then I will answer that my name is Sunil. So Sunil is pronunciation of my name. But if someone will ask me, spell your name, then I will answer as S-U-N-I-L. So at that time, S is the identity of the first alphabet of my name. U is the identity of the second alphabet of my name. See, pronunciation of my name in Hindi will be like this, Sunil, right? But we will write like this, right? So S. See, S. This is the identity of my first alphabet of my name. Okay, so S is the identity, but so this is the pronunciation. Okay, so this is difference between identity of the alphabet S and pronunciation of the alphabet S. Okay, so that we are going to learn. So first of all, in the first lecture after this introduction part, we are going to learn alphabet. Okay, it means we are going to learn A to Z. See, in English language there are 26 alphabet, but in German language we have 30 alphabets. From these 30 alphabets, 26 alphabets are same as English language. In German language we are also going to have 4 new alphabets. So first of all, we are going to learn alphabets, like identity of the alphabets, all 30 all together. And then we are going to learn pronunciation. Okay, we are going to learn difference between English alphabet and German alphabet, and in the pronunciation we are going to have some rules for pronunciation. So after learning this pronunciation rule, we are going to be able to read a language. Like, see, all the Indians know how to read Sanskrit, but we don't know the meaning of that sentences in Sanskrit language. So first of all, after learning this part, we will be able to read the German language. Okay, that is the most important thing. Learning alphabets, Now we are going to learn numbers. And why should we learn numbers just after the alphabets? Because in alphabets we have learned rules for pronunciation, right? When we learn numbers, we can practice that rules for pronunciation, right? So that will be helpful for us at the time we learn numbers. Okay, so after learning numbers, we are going to focus on Satzformulierung. Satzformulierung means sentence formation, right? So what we need, even if we want to write minimal sentence, even if in minimal sentence we need subject, verb and object, right? So after learning alphabets and numbers, we are going to learn subject. Okay, so after subject we are going to learn verb and object. See, let's compare sentence formation of German language with Indian continental languages. Okay, see, in not only in German language, in English language as well, in all the European continental languages, English, German, Spanish, French, the sentence structure is S, V and O, right? In Indian continental languages, sentence structure is S, O and V. Let's understand that with one example. For example, we have I play cricket. Okay, in this sentence, I is the subject, play is the verb and cricket is the object. Okay, see, same sentence, if you want to speak in Hindi language, then we can say मैं cricket खेल रहा हूँ. See, खेल रहा हूँ is the verb, that will be at the end of the sentence, like that will be on third position, right? Cricket will be on second position. So मैं cricket खेल रहा हूँ, like मैं will be subject, cricket will be object and खेल रहा हूँ is the verb. So in Indian continental languages, sentence structure is SOV, and in European continental languages, it means in German as well, sentence structure is SV and O. So after starting the German language lectures, like this is the introduction part, we can say this is a like lecture 0. Okay, so from the first lecture, in the first lecture we are going to learn alphabets. In the second lecture we are going to learn numbers. In the third lecture we are going to complete subject and we will also start the verb. Okay, and in 4 to 5 lecture, in 4th and in 5th lecture we are going to learn verb and object. Okay, so this is the first this is what we are going to learn in the first 5 lectures. Now we are going to talk about grammar terminology and why we should learn grammar terminology right now in the lecture number 0, because for some students they don't understand the difference between adverb or adjective or preposition. For them this lecture is the most important. Okay, see, if you know this grammar terminology, then you should directly start with the lecture number 1, alphabet. And if you have even some doubts, then you should continue watching this video. So let's start with grammar terminology. First of all, noun. See, what is noun? Noun can be person, place or a thing, right? All the names of person, like all the names of person, all the names of rivers, mountains, everything will be noun. Sun, moon, everything will be noun. Okay, now the verb means action or state of being, right? So in this sentence, play is the verb. So in this activity is happening, right? See, play is the verb, there is an action of play here, right? And state of being, for example, the verbs are like am, is, are, was, were, right? These are state of being. These verbs are showing like in which state our noun is, right? So we can say he is there, right? He is there. So is the verb, am, is, are is the verb, we can all agree on that, right? Is the verb. This we can say this am, is, are is showing state of being. So he is there, right? Is showing state of being of the noun he. Pronoun. Okay, pronoun is used to replace noun. We will have 2 examples. Okay, for example, Rahul likes pizza, right? In this example, Rahul likes pizza. Rahul is the subject, right? We can also say that Rahul is the noun, right? So instead of Rahul, we can say he likes pizza. So instead of Rahul, we are saying he, right? So instead of noun, we are using some another word, and another word is he. So he is pronoun. Okay, we are changing noun, and instead of noun we are using some another words. So all the subjects are pronoun. In the future videos we are going to learn possessive pronouns and personal pronouns. So all the subjects are personal pronouns. It means we are writing all the subjects as like I, we, you, he, she, it and they. These are personal pronouns because instead of nouns we are using these words, right? Now we are going to understand adjective, or in German it will be adjective. Okay, adjective will give us more information about our noun. Okay, noun or pronoun, we can say it will give more information about the object as well. So what is object? See, this we have here object, right? This object we can say like it can be noun or pronoun. Okay, and this adjective will add more information about the object. It can add more information about the subject as well, because overall adjective is going to add more information about the noun and pronoun. Okay, for example, this is the pen. Okay, this is the pen. This is a costly pen. Okay, so costly is the more information about the pen. So costly is like without costly as well, sentence is right, but when we say costly then we have some particular information about the pen. So adjective will give more, or we can say particular information about our noun or pronoun. In simpler way we can say it will give more information about our object. Now adverb. See, adverb will provide more information about our verb. For example, he eats the pizza, right? This is a sentence. If we add in this sentence if we will add adverb in this sentence, the new sentence we can make that he eats the pizza really fast. Okay, so he eats the pizza fast. Okay, so fast is like showing more information about the verb. So how he is eating the pizza? Fast. Okay, and there are two adverbs here, right? Really fast. See, the both of these are adverbs here. So fast is showing more, like fast is giving more information about our verb. That's why it is adverb. And this is like really is also like giving more information about this fast, like really fast. Like even though like this is very deep in the adverb grammar, but it is okay to discuss it right now. Now we will talk about prepositions. See, preposition shows the relationship between noun, pronoun to a verb or adjective. Okay, for example, let's take with my brother. Okay, see, my brother is the noun, right? My brother is noun, and with is the preposition. Here we can say with, for. Okay, with, for, till, against, these all are preposition we can say. Okay, so with the like these we will use as preposition, and it will be used with noun or pronoun. We can say with my brother, or we can say with him as well. Now we are going to learn conjunction. Conjunction connects two sentences. For example, but, because, or, and. Although these are connectors we can say, and all the connectors we can say conjunction, because they are joining two sentences, they are connecting two sentences. Okay, so that is conjunction. Now the most important that we are going to discuss here, right, in this part, this section will be the most important. Conjugation. Okay, so conjugation is the form of verb as per the subject. For example, am is are is the conjugation of the verb to be. Have has is the conjugation of the verb to have. Okay, see, the any verb we will write as per the subject, that will be different. Like with subject I, we are going to write the form of to be as am. So I am, we are, right? So that is conjugation. Like with subject I we are going to write am, with subject we are going to write are, right? So am is are is the conjugation of the verb to be. Okay, so this concept you have to understand. Infinitive verb. Okay, infinitive verb means original verb form. See, am is are is the conjugation of the verb, but original verb form is to be. Okay, have has is the conjugation of the verb, but original verb form is to have. In English language, let's take one example. For example, play. See, this verb, whenever we write like this, to play, then it will be original verb form, or we can say this to, whenever we add to in English language before any verb, then we will say that this is infinitive verb form. Okay, because see, with he, she or it, in present tense we say he plays, right? He plays. So plays, we are adding s after play. So plays is the conjugation, but infinitive verb form is to play. Okay, now I think we have completed all the grammar terminology, and if you have any questions about the grammar terminology, we can discuss in our video conference meeting. Okay, now in the second lecture we are going to start with alphabet.